Alrighty guys, welcome everyone to our very first podcast. In this podcast, we're going to be talking about sports related events. It's going to be from basketball, college, and NBA level, NFL, boxing, and UFC. We might dabble into some other sports, but right now we're just keeping it as it is with our little knowledge of each of these. So we'll just be starting there, but it was a big weekend. We have the boxing fight tomorrow between David Benavidez, the Mexican Monster, and Caleb Plant, Sweet Hands. Very anticipated fight. Everyone is looking forward to an amazing fight. So, there's going to be a lot going on tomorrow. Hopefully, they put on a good show, which I think they will. It might go 12 rounds. Who knows? We might see a knockout by either fighter. We'll just have to wait and see, but hopefully you guys like the podcast. It's called the Soul Ortiz Podcast, as you can tell by my name. Very first podcast, guys, so bear with me. Hopefully you guys like it. If you do, remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn the notification post on so you guys can get more of these videos as we get used to it. We're going to be getting a little more into sports as we get near the playoffs for NBA and as well as March Madness right now going on. So we'll be doing that, and we got a lot of anticipating fights as well with like the Ryan Garcia fight with Gervonta Davis, which I am extremely excited about, and hopefully I think we're getting the Anthony Joshua in April 1st, I believe. So here in a couple weeks, and I think Canelo Alvarez and John Ryder are going to be fighting as well. Exciting fight. Hopefully after that one we see another big fight from Canelo with another top opponent in his division. Could be with Sweet Hands or the Mexican Monster, but who knows? We'll see. Maybe Bivol, a rematch with Bivol. We'd like to see that. But we got a lot of stuff going on, and we can't forget about the Spence and Crawford fight. Hopefully we can make that happen, and we can dig into it, but we can only hope for those fights to happen, but we'll just have to wait and see until they do. A lot of events going on, and though I was really excited about that UFC fight with John Jones and Cyril Gane. I was proud. I'm a big John Jones fan, so I knew he was going to win, but I didn't know he was going to win that fast. Let's just say that he surprised a lot of us, especially me, because he's the big dog. He's back in the game, so I'm excited that he's back. Hopefully he gets back in soon, which I think he is, against Stipe Miocic. It's going to be a good fight. You can tell Stipe is a little bit older, so I'm rooting for my boy John Bone Jones, to win the fight. And I think it's going to be the same way, a knockout or a technical knockout, but we're waiting for that as well. And so we dive right into it. I'm going to be just talking and, going over the fight for tomorrow with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, since I'm a big fan of those two guys, and I like the super middleweight division just because there's a lot of competition, and got a lot of up-and-coming fighters who want a chance to get a belt. And right now, David Benavidez does have the WBC interim world super middleweight title, which, in my opinion, I don't really count as a title because Canelo has them all, but for this case, we'll just go with it. He has a title. And, as well, Caleb Plant lost his IBF World Super Middleweight title to Canelo Alvarez 2 fights ago, when he lost in 2021 in November to a technical knockout in the 11th round. He was dropped twice, as you guys saw. Canelo got him good with that left hook and a shot to the body as well. And that put down Caleb Plant, but I'm excited that Caleb Plant was able to bounce back. His last fight against Anthony Durrell, he got a nice KO knockout. He did a double pump with the left hand. Started off in the body, waited till that hand got open, and boom! Left hook to the head, which completely buried Anthony Durrell. And as you know, Caleb Plant likes to bring out the shovel and shovel them out and dig them in their grave. So that was exciting to see. I'm glad that Caleb Plant was able to come back from his loss to Canelo and get a KO on his report card for this fight against David Benavidez. But yeah, a very exciting fight from Caleb Plant. He's moving very fast. His defense is impeccable. He's been working on it. I can see his footwork is amazing. Quick hands. He looks hard. He's looking like he's hitting harder than he usually does. So I'm excited to see that against this fight with David Benavidez, because he has some power to those punches. I think that's why he was so effective against Anthony Jarrell, and hopefully he can put it to use against David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. But yeah, the comparisons are pretty much the same. For the world, Caleb Plant is ranked number 6, and David Benavidez is ranked number 4 in the world, so they're pretty close. Similar height and weight as well. Caleb Plant is 6'1", and as we can tell, Benavidez is 6'2", so they're pretty much same level playing field. Their reaches are about the same, 74 inches, so they're about the same, so it's a fair fight. So here, there should be no doubts about no underdogs here. This is a 50-50 fight. They both have skills. They both have power. And it just best man wins. But if I had to pick someone, I want Caleb Plant to win. Just because I want to see him at least get some revenge against Canelo to see if he can win against him. If they ever get a chance for a second fight, I think that's what's going to happen here. Whoever wins from these two gets a title shot with Canelo. So hopefully Caleb Plant gets a shot at redemption. But on the other side, it would actually be nice to see David Benavidez fight Canelo Alvarez if that were ever to happen, as they say that Canelo is ducking David Benavidez because he's much younger, much more power, he's a little bigger. So we just have to wait and see until this fight happens tomorrow. And whoever wins, we'll see what the next step is. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a big step, and they'll be fighting for a belt. But with David Benavidez as well, both of these guys have identical stat sheets. Benavidez has 26 bouts. Caleb Plant has 23 bouts. But as you can tell, Caleb Plant has more rounds as he's taking his opponents longer distances. So he has an advantage of that, a little more experience in that area with 142 rounds. David Benavidez, he's a quick knockout artist. He likes to get he likes to put the show. He likes to make the show go over pretty quick with his knockouts or technical knockouts. So he only has 118 rounds. Not that much big of a difference. Only maybe like 22 rounds, but it's still a big difference with experience department. But both guys are above 50% for KOs. Caleb Plant 56% KO with 23 fights, 1 loss. And David Benavidez has 26 fights, 23 knockouts. So he has an almost 88.5% knockout rate. So we'll see if he puts it to use against this fight against Caleb Plant. If he does, he's a dangerous fighter. So Caleb Plant's gonna have to be on guard with his defense and keep his distance. But I think it's gonna be an exciting fight. They're both orthodox fighters. They're almost around the same age. David Benavidez being a little younger by 4 years, 26 and 30. Both coming out of Las Vegas. But, it's exciting to see, especially with their last fights. Before these two greats fight, David Benavidez has been on a tear. He's had 3 fights in a row with a technical knockout in his past 3 fights. So he's been putting on a tear. He's been going crazy. As his last fight with David Lemieux, it was a technical knockout, and Lemieux went down in round 2. And it just goes to show how strong and powerful David Benavidez is. He put him on the ropes, threw like a 27-30 punch combo. And the ref had to call it a day, but he's dangerous. Once he gets you on the ropes or he gets in close distance, David Benavidez likes to put the work on you. So you better come in with that defense, Caleb Plant. And to any other opponent, you better come with that defense and, be able to get out of the ropes and not clinch so much with David Benavidez, because he will make an example of you, as we have seen with his past 3 fights from technical knockout with David Lemieux, Kyron Davis, and Ronald Ellis. making quick work of them and establishing himself as a top super middleweight champion. Here on Caleb Plant's side, though, his past fights, they've been going okay. Last fight against Anderson Duro, he got a knockout. And, it was much needed for him to come back to perform at this high level that he has after his loss 2 fights ago against Saul Canelo Alvarez from a technical knockout. And, as we know, Plant was put down twice in the 11th round. So it just goes to show there's levels to this. And, hopefully Caleb Plant took this as a learning lesson, just like Canelo did against Floyd Mayweather. I think that's what I saw from this fight. It was like a Floyd Mayweather against Canelo, but in this case, it was Caleb Plant against Canelo Alvarez. And, you just learn from it and you go forward. But, yeah, both have been doing good. As you know, with that loss to Canelo Alvarez, he did lose his IBF world title belt to Canelo. So right now, Caleb Plant has no titles. But if he beats the Mexican Monster, he'll be looking to take over the WC Interim World Super Middleweight Championship of the World. And from there, we'll see. But both fighters are looking great. Both of them made weight. They had a beautiful stare down, crazy stare down at the weight. And, they both really hate each other. It looks like they got a little rivalry going on, but it looks like both of them are going at it, making the fight tense. They're both ready to get in the ring and show what each one of them has to offer. I'm excited. I think it's Friday, so they're probably just touching up, getting ready for the big day tomorrow. But the fight is in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand Arena. I believe the fight starts around 9 or 10, so Eastern time. So we'll see you guys there. And once we get the results, we'll probably make another video. As you know, it's my first time, so you see me kind of stuttering or doing this, but I want to keep this raw. I want to start this as real as it can be. Practicing, broadcasting, talking about sports and stuff, but. I'll be probably making the end results video here maybe next couple of days. Just running down what happened in the fight, who won, who lost, who gained what, who lost what, and going from there. But hopefully good luck to both of these competitors, and we'll just have to wait and see tomorrow night who comes out on top, Sweet Hands or the Mexican Monster. But we'll wait and see, and thank you very much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you in the next podcast. And thank you very much. Peace.